Hey guys, time for the plant update. Let's start here with the Butch Teas. Now, a lot of plants in the front row, before I go into this, they are getting real light colored leaves. I don't know if it's because the plant is putting so many nutrients into the pods or what. I don't know if I'm not giving them enough nutrients. So if you know anything about that, the discoloration of the leaves, it's still putting out a lot of pods. The pods are still ripening. You know, it's just the coloration of the leaves are not super healthy compared to like the Carolina Reapers. They're all just a nice dark vivid green. Anyway, let's jump into the Butch Teas. I have been getting a pretty good yield every day. I'm getting about between 10 and 20 pods a day for the most part, but this is a cool looking pod. It's got that real it's like that Butch Tea look. It's a smaller pod, but man, that tail is a real fat tail up top and it gets real skinny. So I think that's pretty cool. That might be the one I saved seeds from, but we'll see. I want it to be a bigger pod. If that was a little bit bigger, I would definitely be saving seeds from it. Not too much else going on with the Butch Teas. They're ripening. They're doing pretty good. So let's move on back to the Carolina Reapers. And one thing I've noticed, and I need to come fix the problem after this, I get these little sickly looking pods that seem to ripen overnight. And if you saw my video with me waiting for the first Reaper to ripen, it's not the case with these pods. They take a while to fully ripen if it's a healthy pod. So I can tell you right now, this and any other small pod on my plants is not a healthy pod. If I cut it off and cut it open, it's gonna look gross on the inside. And I believe that is thanks to the pepper flies laying their larvae in the peppers. And you know, I treated my pods earlier this year because I had a bad infestation, but I treated them, so I believe any larvae that go inside those peppers are going to be affected by that, you know. So anyway, I've got, you know, more smaller pods. This might be okay. I'm not really sure. I don't think it's going to be okay, but we'll see. But those little sickly looking pods, those are all going to be infected with those dead larvae. Let me show you the difference between that bad pod and here's a good pod right back here. It's real dark green, and it's starting to get some orange colors in it. You see? Nice orange colors, and this thing looks like a freaking pumpkin. It is big. It's got that sucked in tail, real bumpy. Not exactly the phenotype of a Carolina Reaper, but a healthy pod nonetheless. And I actually like the shape of that pod. As far as the shape and the phenotype go, I believe I have one good candidate right here on this first plant. Right there. Okay, let me get my hand behind it so you can actually see how this pot is looking. Okay, now it's got a real round body up top and a real thin stinger coming right out the bottom. And as far as all the pods go, I guess that's the closest variation to a good phenotype so far. But again, there's still a lot of room for more pods to come in on these plants. Now, let me come down here to the reds. I don't think the reds were affected by the latest vermin, but the reds are ripening nicely. They take, once they get down to this little bit of green, that takes like a day or two for that itself to turn. But I mean, there's nice, vivid red, good coloration in it. And I've noticed with these though, the ones I said to have they have lighter color leaves, it's dropped all the flowers from the top. So I don't know if that means it's done producing or if it's gonna catch up with these pods. I'll take those pods off and then it'll push more flowers. I don't even know if I have enough time in the season for it to have a whole nother set. This one still has a flower on it. But anyway, let's check out some of these pods. This is a nice size one. But, and like these, I'm gonna come out. I think these all need to come off because that's a waste of the energy from the plant. That's not a good pod. So, anyway, let's get to what happened overnight on some of my plants. It was like a week and a half ago when I came out one morning and I was gonna water the plants, and I saw this, and I saw this, and this, and I was thinking, what the heck happened down there? And I look, and these suckers camouflage in good because it was hard to see them. Either that or I wasn't that awake yet. But tomato hornworms, they're like 5-6 inch long caterpillars. I think they're caterpillars, but they're tomato hornworms. And I guess they go on your plant overnight and they just start devouring it. I did find some on the tomatoes as well, but they're known to go on pepper plants too. Anything in the nightshade family, I guess. But that plant didn't have it that bad. This plant, well, it started getting some new growth from where, but I mean, you can see here, it trimmed that, well, it ate that. I had to trim back a lot of the plants because, I mean, they were coming out, but they ate a ton off of my plants. I think they ate one pepper and then the rest was, that doesn't look good. Well, maybe it is. It's got that yellow color on the stem. Maybe that's because it doesn't have, I don't know. Anyway, that's the latest thing, and the only thing I found to do is just I cut off their heads, and they eventually, because they have the little grip they have on the plant, it's so hard to pull them off. So I just cut their heads off, and they fall off the plant eventually. But let's get back here to the yellows. These yellows aren't, they have a good green color too. They're not getting that discoloration. Wait a minute. Check this out. See that? The praying mantis. Let me see if I can get his attention. No, he's just hanging out. Isn't that cool? Let me get a close-up of him. Ooh, that scared him. Let me zoom in on him. I lost him on the kit. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Heck yeah. Alright, anyway. The yellows are doing good. They didn't get affected by those tomato hornworms. But that'll be the update for this week. That's pretty cool. I have a praying mantis on one of the plants. They're all doing pretty good. They're not used to this heat coming back though. It was a cool early month and now it's hot. So I'll keep you guys updated when I get my first real good harvest of, when I'm getting a whole bunch of each type of pod. I'll make a video and let you guys know. So that's it for this week. I'll see you next time.